Hi, Nadia. I hope you're doing well. I'm going to give you some feedback on your portfolio entries and then your project as I see it when I'm going along. This could be a bit long. I see that I've also given you a video on feedback, and one of the things that I noticed here is that if I go into your folders, I see the benefits and challenges, which is great. But what you need to do, though, uh, and this is for selfish reasons, is put that link. So you're going to go here and you're going to share it. And I'm just going to show you here. So you're going to copy that link and you go to your student portfolio and you would type in, and it'd be really easy, benefits and challenges summary, just to make it really easy for me to find this. And then you just click here, right over here, highlight this, right click. Now I'm going to go down, and you can't see it here, but there, oh, well, maybe you can. Insert link, and oops, that didn't, I want to do it again. Right click, insert link, and then I'm just going to do right click and where's the link? Oops. That's interesting. I don't see the link. Let me go back here. Here's the benefits and challenges. Share, and then copy link. It's a bit hard on this small screen here. Sorry. And then back here. So I've got my link. I'm going to highlight here. Right click, insert link. Right click, paste, and apply. And then I can just see it. Because I have so many of these to evaluate, my other class is almost 100 students. I need those links. So obviously, I've given you feedback on week one. So week two, this was what is this? This looks like, hmm, you've kind of put me to the lesson. You can give me a direct link to the document though. So here we have um, a very detailed thing on benefits and challenges, which is good with your references. So that's lovely. Thank you. But you should give me a direct link to the document, not just the folder. And you've got yeah, this is well documented. Your reflections are excellent. That's all A plus. Now, name and project link. So it'd be nice to have that up there, but we can just do that here. And I'm looking at the side here, and I see your description, and I see his project will showcase diverse and practical ways educate and integrate Gen AI tools into teaching. This series will highlight real stories, applications, and challenges implementation. Okay. So the plan is, oh, it looks like you're going to um, interview people. Okay, so that's fine. Interesting. I think that'll be a really interesting project. I feel like somebody else has done this. Maybe it was you that did this. I don't know. I've looked at a summary by some other people, but I don't know if you worked with somebody. Anyway, uh, so you've got your reflections is fine. Looks like you're in good progress. I'm fine with that. Here you've got your contributions and then your Gen AI research tool. So this is A to A plus quality work. I think that's fine. This is on student learning, so you put the link there. Um, and then I guess you use Word a lot as opposed to Google Docs. So maybe that's an issue. And so you are looking at information literacy skills, and you did a summary and clearly, um, yeah, uh, uh, that's a reasonable start to it. Not I think it could be maybe a little bit more in depth in terms of but it looks like hmm, to use the video and then you did a podcast link. That's interesting. Let's see what's going on here. Okay, so you use the podcast and such. Okay, that's fine. Yeah. And clearly you did a lot of work, goals, great summary. That's all A plus. Now we have this project here, and I think that's the same description as you've gone along. Um, so maybe that's just as you've progressed. Um, you've given a detailed summary, you've got clear contributions. There's a lot here, so that's all A plus. You've done a review of a tool, which is excellent. Couldn't ask for anything more. That's all solid. Uh, information literacy. So we're sort of out of sync here. I'm out of sync anyway in terms of, I think the information literacy document above should have gone there. I'm not entirely sure what you might have missed. So please check that in terms of the Gen AI activities, because it seems to be a little out of sync here. And then you've Okay, yeah, great reflections. You got your personal project guide here. Oh, and you've figured out the direct link here. Um, be very specific. What I learned. Okay, that's all. Okay, so you've given me a pretty steady idea of your progress. I'm assuming you're making progress. Uh, uh, And so I guess I don't see the final project yet, but you've got your in-class contributions. They're all solid. So and at this point, you don't need to do any more. Well, this could be linked to um, a label as opposed to putting a URL here. Um, and we don't need to do any more of these. So and then for week 5. Um, You've done your self-assessment. It's a really deep self-assessment here, I think. Wow, you made you're making a strong case. Uh, uh, honestly, in terms of the level, I would be. I'm just going to put a note here. Teacher thinks A. I think you're at an A level, not an A minus level. I know there may be some gaps in the project, but overall, I would say I couldn't ask for any more in terms of the depth. In fact, sometimes it's almost too much depth. So I appreciate the work, but I don't want you to go, I don't want to spend your whole life on this. And then what did you do here? Based Gen A activity, 2 hours on this sector, including research, lesson planning. This time allowed for careful alignment with curriculum. So use ChatGPT Magic School, research and curriculum alignment, differentiation, reflection. That's pretty detailed. I'm going to take a look at what I asked for. So create a list of work-related preparation and planning tasks that Jenny might be help you with, and then use different tools here. So you really jumped into this in a big way. And so I'm curious what your specific tasks, recent content creation, question development, hands-on planning. Wow. Okay, this is pretty impressive. And it looks like I'm just taking a look what I asked, just specifically in the lesson. So label each challenge. So you've got the challenges. Ask your chatbot strategies that might help for planning. That's interesting. And then do you have a lesson 5 activity general planning and prep? Let me just find your, so it looks like the planning and prep is here in this big document. So daily lesson suggestion, um, you didn't, oh, visuals and posters. Yeah, there's no label for 4 there, but it doesn't matter. And yeah, honestly, this is amazing. It really is. I couldn't ask for anything more. The only thing I'm thinking here is your story, like your project. Where are you at here? Project description, you've got your plan. You've got the stories here. Okay. Okay. So I'm not sure where you want to go with the project. Looks like you're making steady progress. You've got lots of stories. Uh, it's quite interesting. I think it's quite interesting, and maybe thinking about a way that you could present these stories in a format that you would feel comfortable with. Um, Educators Junior Enter by Phase 2. Yeah, no, it's really well organized. This is it's 11 minutes of feedback, but this is excellent work. Well done.